Okay, so this is your quiz review for your geography quiz this Friday. So make sure that you pay good and close attention. If you understand the concepts on this video, then you will be good to go for the quiz. So it's important that you understand your compass and that you're able to draw compass rose accurately. We talked about that in class, so make sure that you can get that done. Okay, so the first thing is general North Carolina geography. We talked a little bit about North Carolina, and we're going to continue to talk about North Carolina geography next week. But just in case you need a review, North Carolina is located in the southeastern United States. It is bordered by the Atlantic Ocean on the east and the Appalachian Mountains on the west. And we have a moderate climate, which means we have warm summers with mild seasons, although it has not seemed like it lately. That's kind of what things look like. We're also pretty hot and humid in the summer. Okay, as far as your physical geography, as you go across the United States, we just kind of gave a brief overview of the southeast. The southwest, it's warm and dry. The big physical characteristic is the Grand Canyon. There are some rivers as you go around kind of that Grand Canyon area. Then in the west, you have a varied climate with mountains and rivers. It's bordered by the Pacific Ocean. Then you've got the Midwest, which once again has a varied climate. There's a lot of farmland, and you see the Great Lakes and, of course, the Rocky Mountains. And then the Northeast, you have cool weather, rocky soil. The majority of historic towns and cities are located in the Northeast, and you have the Atlantic Ocean and the Northern Appalachian Mountains going on. As far as the major cities, this is the map that we looked at in class. This is in your interactive notebook, so make sure you look very closely at where you labeled things. So we talked a lot about why those cities are located in those areas. First of all is for climate and their geographic features like their deep rivers. Then they have the access to the trade routes, specifically the Atlantic Ocean. So they were able to trade back and forth with Europe. And of course, this is where the first European settlers ended up settling, especially, in that northeastern area. Okay, so you had your pilgrims that were up there, you had some Puritans that were up there, so it's important to understand why that was going on. Okay, then we kind of looked at this physical map. So the question that we looked at in class is as you go east to west, which is the direction in which that arrow is pointed on that map, what will you see? So we talked about the three major mountain ranges, the Appalachian, the Rocky, and the Sierra Nevada. We talked about the rivers, and mainly the Mississippi River. And then potentially you might run into the Great Lakes if you're up north, or the Grand Canyon if you're going down south. And you might go through a lot of farmland in the Midwest. Of course, you also are going to cross those Rocky Mountains as well. So some other things to remember. We talked about the capital of North Carolina is in Raleigh because of its central location, that California is on the far west coast. The northeastern states are a lot smaller than the western states. And remember that those western states are larger because they were settled last and they had vast amounts of farmland. You have three major mountain ranges, the Appalachian, the Rocky, and the Sierra Nevada. A scale on a map might show the distance between towns, cities, or major historical locations. Longitude runs north to south, while latitude runs east to west, and the legend shows symbols that represent different characteristics. And then the last thing, this was our journal question on Monday. I want you to think about why it's important to have the ability to read a map. Even though you might have GPS on your phone, what's the purpose of having a map? Thanks, guys. Study hard.